Let's move on to the next category, which is quite close to the Indian customer, if I can say that. Value for money car of the year.
All the cars which we looked at this year, we had some striking cars in the fray. The Figo Aspire, the Quid. But at the end of the day, when we saw and factored everything in, it's been the Maruti Baleno. So the Maruti Baleno is the value for money car of the year as well.
Yeah, I believe that we provide a good value for money, but that is not cheap, you know. But value, our product will be a good enough value. That we appreciate this award very much.
To the next category then, luxury hatchback of the year.
The nominees for the luxury hatchback of the year are Volkswagen Beetle, Abarth 500 and 595 Competizione.
Let me just call upon the stage Mr. Manish Kumar Gangwal, Chief Financial Officer, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, to present this category award.
The Luxury Hatchback of the Year award this year goes to the iconic new front-engine Volkswagen Beetle.
We're quickly racing towards our next category in this awards function, entry-level hatchback of the year.
I think the Renault Quid is the deserved winner of the entry-level hatchback of the year.
Next category, and that's Racing Bike of the Year award.
There are only two companies in India who have dabbled in international motorcycle racing to a certain degree. And no one does it better than the winner again this year, the Mahindra MGB, which is blazing a trail on the Moto3 World Championship circuits. Have you ever ridden a bike recently?
Not recently, but I want to ride the Mojo. So I used to ride bikes early on, but when I got married, my wife made me stop.
And to present the next set of awards, I'd like to call Mr. Nagendra Pai, Senior Vice President, Sales and Marketing, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, on the stage, please. So let's get on with the next category then, the Technology of the Year award. Automotive companies are always trying to bring the latest cutting-edge technologies to their vehicles to make them more efficient, safer, and more exciting than ever before for the consumer.
There is one aspect of the motor car which is so important in every aspect, even during daytime, and I'm speaking about headlamp technology, the way it really helps across in safer motoring, not just for the occupants of the car, but also oncoming traffic. One of the companies which has perennially pushed the envelope there on the headlamp technology, and which has been proven in the heat of battle at Le Mans and in many other sports car races in the world. The winner this year of the Technology of the Year are the Matrix headlights by Audi. Okay, Abby, this should be something for all your cars going forward. Is it this technology only in the high end of your range, or is it going to proliferate and come down even in your entry-level cars, which you also sell in India?
Yeah. I think in India, we have been following a top-down strategy all across. So starting with the R8, then with the A8, down to the A6. You see the next A4 is going to have a similar technology that comes in. So we really believe in getting technologies not just confronting just one segment, but going beyond that and also coming down levels.
Okay, entry-level luxury sedan of the year is our next category. They are the gateway to those stepping up into the world of luxury sedans and offer both prestige and practicality. However, the sole nomination in the category for this year's awards gives buyers a taste of what affordable luxury is all about, while also appealing to their environmental consciousness.
And the winner here, I'm probably sure you must have guessed it. It is the Toyota Camry Hybrid, which takes the award this year.
The next category of awards, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Satyabrat Das, Vice President, OEM, Business Operations, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. And with that, we move on to the next category for tonight, which is Value for Money Bike of the Year category.
The same yardstick applies when we spoke about Value for Money Car of the Year. And today the goalposts have changed, because what earlier used to be a peak performance category now also comes in with a lot of value. And to cut a long story short, Bajaj Pulsar RS200 is the Value for Money Bike of the Year.
Moving on to the next category then, Crossover of the Year award.
Mr. Kalsi, you can come in here for the S-Cross, which is the crossover of the year. I think that the hearts are in the right place as well as the mind when you look at it.
And next, I'd like to call one of our jurors and co-founder of brand consulting firm Experial, Mr. Avik Chattopadhyay, to the stage to hand over the next set of awards for tonight. We announce the next category then, Compact Sedan of the Year category.
Without an iota of doubt, I always said that once the blue oval really gets down to the nitty-gritty, it can really do the business. Nigel, I am very pleased to say the Ford Figo Aspire is the compact sedan of the year. Please come around.
The Indian customer is very conscious of value for money. They're conscious about fuel economy. They're conscious about design. But there's one thing that sort of generates excitement initially is certainly those first prices. And as a challenger brand, you've actually got to offer something that's as aggressive as the Figo or the Aspire pricing to get those customers into the showroom to actually try your product out. Once they try your product, then you can actually build the brand.
Let's move on to the next category then, Motorcycle of the Year up to 550cc category.
The nominees for the Motorcycle of the Year up to 500cc are Mahindra Mojo, Yamaha YZF R3, Benelli TNT 300,
But the winner here is the Yamaha YZF R3.
Thank you so much and congratulations. That also brings us to the next category tonight, Indian Performance Car of the Year category. With the introduction of India's first homegrown sports car in 2015, we just had to introduce this award category, and it was impossible to miss it out, isn't it?
It was high time that India had its own indigenous sports car. And when you look at it, India is one of maybe a handful of nations in the world which has a homegrown car industry. But no one ever attempted a car which spells drop-dead gorgeous looks with performance to match. And you may have heard about this gentleman and his baby for a long time. And you may have heard about him trying to do the customization game over the last 20 years, so to speak. But when he decided to turn low-volume, focused manufacturer, and his new Avanti mid-engine sports car is right up there. Give a big round of applause to Dilip Chabria for the DC Avanti. Dilip, I must ask you one question. How fast have you gone in the Avanti?
Well, we have locked this speed at 200 kilometers per hour, but I've reached that. I've tried to be at 198 or so, and then of course it cuts off. But the validation vehicles were unlocked, and we have pretty much done over 230.
Thank you so much, sir. And we just hope that the success of this car spurs the development and launch of more fast vehicles from Indian manufacturers. Performance Bike of the Year category, while the bike with the most horsepower, the most acceleration, or the most outright speed.
The Yamaha YZF R3 is the winner for the Performance Bike of the Year.
Zee 24 तास रहा एक पाउल पुढे.